Steam Deck versus Windows Handheld. Which one is better? Which one should you buy? Here are 5 differences between the two devices. Sleep mode. With the Steam Deck, you can put the device in sleep mode whilst playing a game, and come back days later and pick up where you left off. Windows cannot do this. It does support this feature in a handful of titles, but even then, it drains the battery very quickly. There are also reports of it melting your device. Whereas with Steam Deck, I've put my device in sleep mode and came back a week later and picked right where I left off in Red Dead Redemption 2. This feature is useful for those who commute via public transport, or if you cannot commit to a long gaming session. Game compatibility. Majority of games for PC are made for Windows, and therefore, Windows handhelds will run majority of these titles with no issues. Whereas Steam Deck will have compatibility issues and bugs throughout the experience. But does this really matter? I used to think this mattered a lot, which is why I purchased GPD Win 4. But after using both, I realized that even if you can play more titles, the overall experience is so poor, I would rather go with Steam Deck. Reliance on third-party software. Many of these handheld device manufacturers create their own software to control power consumptions, performance metrics, and various other elements. But if you want to make most out of your device, you will likely need to install third-party softwares. These third-party softwares are great. Things like Motion Assistant for variable TDP that auto-adjusts your power consumption based on the workload, Chimera OS, which is a Linux operating system that closely mimics SteamOS and its behaviors, and more. These are amazing softwares that provide essential features to our handhelds. And that is a problem. The fact that the manufacturer cannot provide essential features themselves, and it's up to the community to provide it themselves. What happens when these third-party softwares don't support your hardware? Well, that's exactly what happened with me. I installed Chimera OS because it supports sleep mode similar to SteamOS, but was quickly let down by various features broken due to lack of support. This is not the developer's fault. This device came out very recently, and they weren't provided the device before mass release, so they got their hands on these devices at the same times as we consumers did. They also aren't obligated to support these devices. They aren't getting paid by GPD or any other companies. Many of these third-party devs are doing this on passion alone. And the sad thing is, all of these works are put in by third-party devs only to mimic what Steam Deck does out of the box. More device options. Do you want a PSP clone with a built-in keyboard? Do you want a Steam Deck clone with the latest chip technology? Or do you want a sleek all-glass front device that is a nightmare to upgrade? Windows handhelds simply offer more options than Valve does with Steam Deck. You can pick size and features you want and get a device that suits your usage. They will be more expensive than Steam Deck, but at least there are varieties. Accessories. Want to buy a screen protector, case, bag, adapters that lets you hook things behind the console like battery packs? Because Steam Deck is one singular device, there are a plethora of accessories available. Windows handhelds, on the other hand, unless the device manufacturer partners with other accessory manufacturers to create their own accessories, you're out of luck. Most GPD users are using Switch Lite carrying cases because the ones GPD is offering is either this massively oversized one or a case made for their previous generation console. Or you have to go to AliExpress and pick from one of these mysterious sellers with no guarantee of quality. That's it for now. Bye.